Hi everyone, this is Hareesha from H&B Premier Tax and Accounting LLC. I'm a CPA here in Long Island. I'm going to bring you three things in this video. One, the status of Economic Impact Payment Program. IRS, announced new update today, April 26, about the Get My Payment tool. They make enhancements to that tool, so I'll explain, what that is. And then also, I'm going to explain if you are someone that, need to file a tax return for 2018 or 19, and you did not file a tax return, I'm going to show you IRS provide some free file links that you don't need a tax preparer, you don't need someone to help you with this. You could do it by yourselves. If you are computer savvy, you know how to figure things out. I'm going to show you those links that you could go ahead and file your tax returns. And also I'm going to discuss the Paycheck Protection Programs. SBA issued new updated FAQs very recently, a new one. Also third, I'm going to discuss some of the latest updates from SBA regarding PPP, Paycheck Protection Programs FAQs, frequently asked questions. These FAQs got updated on April 24th. Very new. They changed some of the rules that previously they were discussing, so you might want to pay attention to this. Stay tuned. I'm going to discuss all the important FAQs from the SBA guidelines, and then I'll leave links to all the sources. Check your payment status with the IRS, and if you have to update your bank information, you could update that. And then also you could go ahead and check the PPP FAQs, if you're interested in learning more about it. Alright, so let's get to it. On April 26th, IRS released this new announcement, enhancements to Get My Payment online application to help taxpayers. What are the improvements they did to this tool? They made it more smoother. Now you could go ahead and check your payment status. I will show you exactly when you will get your payment, and then also how are they going to send you a payment, whether you're going to get a check or whether you're going to get it deposited into a bank account. If you're going to get the payment deposited into a bank account, IRS will also show you the last 4 digits of the bank information on the online tool. Even if you went ahead and checked your payment status previously, IRS encourage you to go ahead and check it again. For you to go ahead and check this information again, the taxpayers must have this information. You should have your social security number, your date of birth, and then mailing address they used in your last tax return. So as long as you have those information, you could go ahead and check your payment status. Once you check your payment status, IRS will prompt you if you are eligible to update your bank information. For example, let's say you are one of those people that did not get a refund, you had to pay. So then IRS do not have a deposit bank information for you. So then IRS will prompt you to go ahead and update your bank information. Alright, let's say you are someone that did not include your direct deposit information when you file your tax return last year in 2019 for 2019 tax return or for 2018 tax return. So then in that case also IRS does not have your direct deposit information. Then this payment tool will allow you to go ahead and update your direct deposit information. Now, one thing it doesn't allow you to do is, if IRS already has your direct deposit information from your 2018 or 19 tax return, it will not allow you to update your direct deposit information at this point, because they want to stop fraud related to these payments. Now if you want to go ahead and update your bank information, you need to have this information available from your tax return. You have to have your adjusted gross income from your 2018 or 2019 tax return, right? So if you don't know what your adjusted gross income, pick up your tax return. So I'll tell you exactly what box that you need to look at, and then you should know exactly the refund amount involved from your 2018 or 2019 tax return. Also, you should have your bank account type, whether it's saving account, checking account, or account number and the routing number available. So once you have these informations available, you could go ahead and update your bank information, and then you will get your payment faster instead of having them to mail out a check. Now, if IRS has already started processing your payment, so then it's too late. So then you cannot go ahead and change your banking information. So that's why you need to go ahead and check your Get My Payment status link right now to make sure that you're getting something. And then also IRS is working on a Spanish version of this tool which will be available very soon. Now let's talk about if you're in a situation where that you have to file a tax return for 2018 or 2019, but you did not file a tax return. So then for IRS to get your payment, you need to go ahead and file your tax return. Now if you cannot get access to an accountant, or you don't have an accountant, or if you're in a situation where you cannot go get access to an accountant, or you don't have money to pay for an accountant, there are free tools that you could use on IRS website. So I'm going to show you some of the tools, and then I'm going to show you who's going to qualify to use those tools, because there are some restrictions and then income limitations as to who could use these tools. Go ahead and use these tools and then file your taxes. Then only IRS will be able to send you a payment. This is the page that IRS lists all their partner programs where you could go ahead and file your taxes for free. Actually, this is pretty good. If you're one of those very computer savvy, and then you have like a very simple tax return, W2 only, and then this is for you. You could use this one of these tools and then file your taxes. You don't need an accountant. But I myself, being an accountant, CPA, I would encourage you to use an accountant, because they could show you a lot of other things to improve your financial situation, not just filing the tax return. For you to be eligible to use this tool, your gross income has to be less than 69,000 for the tax year. If you want to see if you are going to qualify for these tools, you could use this link, which shows you, it's like a lookup tool. It verifies your eligibility. You could enter your age, and then you could enter your estimated adjusted gross income. You could enter your residence, check if you're eligible for earned income tax credit or not. You could check here, did you or your spouse receive military pay in 2019? So once you answer these questions, and you have to select the state you live in, and then you click submit, it will tell you which program that you could use, and then if you're eligible for this program or not. These are all the softwares that help you prepare and file your tax return. IRS pre-file program delivered by TaxSlayer. TaxSlayer, if you receive federal income tax return, your adjusted gross income less than 69,000 or less, and your age is 51 or younger. There's an income limit and an age limit. TaxSlayer has income limit. Your income cannot be more than 69,000, and then also age limit, you cannot be more than 51 years of age. And then also, if you qualify for your federal tax return to be filed for free, depending on your state, you may be eligible for state free tax return as well. And the next software is free 1040 tax returns. The same income limit, 69,000 or less in income, and this one you could be up to 70 years of age or younger. Now the next one, pre-tax USA. In this one, your adjusted gross income has to be less than 36,000, not 69,000. Any age, you could be in any age, or if you are eligible for earned income tax credit, then you could use this software for free. And then also, if you are in active military duty, then you could use all the way up to your income is 69,000. Free state returns for some states if you qualify for the federal one, and then also you could do this on mobile devices. The next software is Tax Act. In this one, your adjusted gross income cannot be more than 59,000, and then you have to be 56 years or younger. And then TurboTax, you could do your taxes for free on TurboTax if your adjusted gross income is 36,000 or less, any age. There's no age limit. And then also, if you're eligible for earned income tax credit, if you work for the military, then your income could go all the way up to 69,000, and still you could do it for free in TurboTax. If you qualify for a free return for federal filings, then you could qualify for a pre-tax return for state filing as well. Okay, so the TurboTax is not bad if your income is less than 36,000. Then Channel Block, a lot of people know about a Channel Block. They also provide a pre-file software. That's 69. Your income has to be 69,000 or less. Your age has to be between 17 and 51. There's another software, 1040 Now, and then also another software, fileyourtaxes.com. Another software, online taxes at OLT.com. easytaxreturns.com. easytaxreturn.com, actually you could file as long as your income is $69,000 or less, and then there's no age limit. You could be at any age. easytaxreturns.com, income can be all the way up to 69,000 and any age, no age limit. And then also in this one, you should live in one of the states that they list here. That includes New York and New Jersey as well. And also they don't offer free state filing. So these are the free softwares that will guide you and help you file. And then also, if you know how to prepare your tax return, they have pre-fillable forms. So pre-fillable forms, what it's going to do is it lets you fill out forms, tax forms online, but you should know what you're doing, because otherwise it will not guide you with the tax laws, tax rules, whatnot, like most softwares does. That's one way you could quickly take care of your tax return. And also during this time, what I heard, and during this time, what I read on the news and what IRS published was that IRS do not process paper returns. So if you want to get a return processed faster, you should file it online electronically. This is the Paycheck Protection Program frequently asked questions. SBA updated these questions as of April 26th. That's today, Sunday. They updated this new information. They changed some of the rules and guidelines. So I'm going to cover the most important ones that are applicable to most people. And then I'll leave a link to this document, and then where you could get this document, and where you could get download this, and then I'll leave a link to this document and then SBA website where you can download this for yourself if you want to read the entire document, which is almost like 12 pages. Let's go through the important ones. One important thing, whole situation that everybody has to remember is these loans, SBA loans and then EIDL loan, both loans are for businesses that are impacted by COVID-19 program. So if your business had adverse impact and then also economic uncertainty during this time makes your business vulnerable, and then that you want to seek this funding, then you have to make an attestation to that effect. If you cannot make that attestation on a good faith basis, then you cannot take this loan. So remember that very well, because SBA emphasized that in these FAQs, and then made sure that banks are communicating that to the clients. So some of the big banks like Chase and then the other big banks sent out a ruling to a lot of their clients who did not get funding, and then also people who already got funding. If you think that you cannot make the attestation in good faith that your business requires this funding, they ask people to return their money. I'm going to tell you exactly what that clarification is. Let's go to the FAQ 31. Here you go. Here's a question. Do business owned by large companies with adequate sources of liquidity to support the business's ongoing operations qualify for a PPP loan? Answer. In addition to reviewing applicable affiliation rules to determine eligibility, all borrowers must assess their economic need for a PPP loan under the standard established by CARES Act and the PPP regulations at the time of the loan application. Although the CARES Act suspends the ordinary requirement that borrowers must be unable to obtain credit elsewhere, as defined in Section 3H of the Small Business Act, borrowers still must certify in good faith that their PPP loan request is necessary. Specifically, before submitting a PPP application, all borrowers should review carefully the required certification that, within brackets, it says, current economic uncertainty makes this loan request necessary to support the ongoing operations of the applicant, close bracket. Now, this is an attestation that you're making in good faith. This has to be true and accurate. Your business should have suffered some way or form in this pandemic that you should have lost your revenue. Some clients could have stopped their businesses and you're not getting paid. In those situations, you can make that attestation. So if you can't make that attestation, then most probably you're not eligible to borrow under PPP program. Now further, SBA goes and says borrowers must take this certification in good faith, taking into account their current business activity and their ability to access other sources of liquidity sufficient to support their ongoing operations in a manner that is not significantly detrimental to the business. For example, it is unlikely that a public company with substantial market value and access to capital markets will be able to make the required certification in good faith, and such a company should be prepared to demonstrate to SBA upon request the basis for its certification. Now also SBA goes on to explain lenders may rely on a borrower's certification regarding the necessity of the loan request. Any borrower that applied for a PPP loan prior to the issuance of this guidance and repays the loan full by May 7th, 2020 will be deemed by SBA to have made the required certification in good faith. So basically what they're saying is, guys, look, you should have applied and then even got the money, but if you think that your business is not impacted by this COVID pandemic and then you cannot make that statements in good faith, return the money that you got before May 7th. If you return the money, there would not be any penalties or repercussions. It will consider that you made that statement in good faith. All right. So that's the major important clarification that SBA came out with this release. Now let's go through the other stuff that they talk about here. The next question: when you're calculating average monthly payroll cost, there's a limit that you could consider. Maximum payroll cost for one employee is $100,000. The question: any benefits are considered in that maximum $100,000 limit? SBA says no. If you pay for health insurance, that doesn't include in the maximum limit of $100,000. Meaning, if you pay someone $100,000 salary, you could pay $100,000 plus their health insurance premiums could be included in the paychecks, average paycheck calculation. And then also 401k contributions, 401k employee contributions or defined benefit contributions, you don't consider that as for max loan calculation. Per employee, you could add the $100,000 in the maximum salary plus retirement benefits, health insurance benefits, and also state tax payments. You could add. This question is very important, which discusses like the rules for Paycheck Protection Program loans evolved around last few weeks since this program began. So if you went ahead and applied and they followed the rules that were valid at that point, now do you have to go back and change those applications based on these new rules? The answer is no. Borrowers and lenders can rely on laws, rules and guidance that was available at the time they processed the applications. But however, borrowers whose previously submitted loan applications have not yet been processed, they could go and revise their applications if they don't reflect the new guidelines. This question is also very important because this relates to forgiveness. When does the 8-week period starts for the purposes of spending money and then claiming the loan forgiveness? The 8-week period begins on the date the lender makes the first disbursement of the PPP loan to the borrower. Now originally when they drafted the law, they had a period from February 15 to June 30th. Now that period got extended. Now if you get a loan now or later, so that loan you could use 8 weeks from the date of receiving the funds to spend that money to pay for payrolls, rents, utilities, and other eligible payments. If you have any specific questions about IRS economic impact payments or SBA loans, feel free to give us a call. Whatever we could do to help, we're here to help. Thanks for watching. If you like the information, you get the value out of this, please subscribe to our channel, press that like button. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.